What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode, still early on in this Dynasty series. I hope you all are enjoying NCAA 25 like I am. I think it is an incredible game. It has its problems, small issues, but I'm telling you, this game is awesome, and I hope you are enjoying it. This is our Sim Commentary Dynasty. We are with the Cincinnati Bearcats. My name is West Coast 22. I appreciate you checking out the episode. We are still early on. We are at week 0 still. This is only episode 2. So this episode is where we really start to jump in. We do some recruiting. We have a bye week. We're going to skip the bye week, of course. We're going to do another week of recruiting. And then we are going to see our first game the way that we are going to do it. And remember, I am not physically playing these games. I have CPU versus CPU sliders. I will sim the entire game while we watch it. Then I will chop together the highlights and do highlight commentary over the top of them. I've done it before. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy it as well. But to start out this episode, we are going to go back to recruiting. We've only done our base so far. Again, we're still in week 0. And I do have, let me pull it up. I do have a list of what we need just so I can keep an eye on it. After the first week, this is where we are sitting. We're back to 600 hours, but we still need to do a lot of scouting. We've only done some. You see, there's still some here that we need to do, which is the goal here. And then we will go through and see who we're going to go after at the start. Tight end, we've already done that. Tackle, guard, center, defensive line. All right. Looks like outside linebacker is where we stopped. So we will do some scouting here. Takes 3. That sucks. That's not good. Again, there we go, baby. Let's see if Briscoe's good. Thank you. Okay. So we will do Briscoe and Waller. We do need 3 outside linebackers per se. So at the very least, we can do these 2. Then we will go to a middle linebacker. We need one of these guys. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to scout Katula right now. Dang it. Man, JUCO. This guy's decent. I'm gonna stick with this guy for now. I'm gonna stick with Mo. Cornerbacks, we only have 1. That's the only guy that we targeted to start. And, dude, I don't know about you guys, but I do that so often. Hitting R1 at the wrong time. Maybe you guys don't, and I'm just a dum-dum. That's fine. Okay. So this first year, we're not really going after crazy 4 stars, crazy 5 stars. We just don't have the coach for it yet. So we're just going to ease our way in year 1. Not going to go too crazy. We need one of these kickers, though. Let's scout this guy first because he's technically rated. Oh, 5 scout. Oh, my God. And he's god-awful. Let's go. Huge. I probably should just waited another week to get him. That's okay, though. Athlete. Why did I not scout this? Wait. What? Scouting 0%? That's not true. That's not true. I can see he's a gem. Okay. So we only have 260 hours left this week. So this first week, again, typically week 0, this week is when we start dumping points and our hours into people. But we had to scout a little longer simply because of our coach only at level 1 or whatever. So now we're going to look through and see specifically who we want. The 4-star Marciano, I don't necessarily think that I need him per se, but we are going to jump on him just to start here so we can learn a little bit about him. Halfback, this is the only guy we have. So this is the way that I like to do things. There might be a more efficient way to do things, but this is how I like to do it. Yes, this guy's a bust, I know. We're going to keep it anyways. Brightful. So especially considering the points that we're in, I'm going to dump 15 in everybody that I want. We need receiver help badly. So we're doing all 3 of these, the ones that I gave scholarships to. Then once we come back next week and when we get all these points back from scouting, then we can start to dump into people. And we can see if somebody's already going to get pumped up and we can pull out. That's something that I like to do as well. I don't like to dump 50 points later on 65 hours into somebody who Georgia or Michigan or whomever, Ohio State, is already dumping into and they're already so far ahead. Could I battle for those guys? Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's not really worth it. Again, especially in year 1, once we're a little bit behind. Not really the time to do it. Guard. God, I need all these guards. Not going to get them all. There is transfer portal this year as well. So if you miss out on some of these scouts or some of these recruits and you don't get them, you can always get people towards the end of the cycle. There's always stragglers that you can grab last second. And there's the transfer portal. So if you don't get everybody that you want, and this guy's a bust too, I'm still going to grab him. There's plenty of time. Plenty of other ways to... Wait, what? I scouted these guys, but I didn't offer them. Interesting. I need a bunch of defensive tackles too, so I don't know why I was waiting. This one's going to have to be a little bit different. So again, we're also going to run out of time here. Run out of hours. We still have all of our linebackers in our secondary too that we couldn't get to. So, yeah, it's not great. It's not great. Next week should be a little bit easier. We probably get a little bit of late start. But if you look back at the overall here, nobody's got more than 15. Again, typically, I always have 65 in the top, 2, 3, or 4 guys that I really want. But I think because of the hours, because of the extra scouting I have to do, because of the insane amount of recruits that I need to get, I did a little bit different. I still think we'll be fine. Yes, we're going to lose some of these. It's fine. We won't be able to fully get what we need in year 1. But this is where we are at. Marciano, again, we don't really need Marciano. We have a really good freshman, redshirt freshman for Cincinnati, Brogosh. Marciano would be great, but he's the one that I will pull out of very quickly if it's starting to see that it's going to be a battle. He's not really worth my time right now. I have 4 quarterbacks on the roster, and I'm set for a couple years at least. So if I don't get a quarterback this year, I can easily get one next year and still be fine going forward. So that's going to be our recruiting here. We got to skip the week. We're not going to quite yet, though. Look at our squad here again. So, again, Sorsby's going to be our guy for a while unless something happens. Drogosh, redshirt freshman, still has 4 years of eligibility. He's a 77 as a freshman. Rip to this guy. Samaj Jones. Yeah, sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. We got Kiner, and then we're going to struggle a little bit from there. Covey, good redshirt freshman. He should be up ready in a couple years when we need him, which is good. Wide receiver, this is where we're starting to struggle. This is why I'm trying to lean heavily on wide receiver. Smith, Prater, Turner, Mack, all gone. Our freshmen, not good. So our receivers is where we are going to struggle. So that is really where I need to step up. So with these points going forward, a lot of them are going to go into receivers really, really quickly with my recruiting set. Royer, we're good here. We have Royer next year. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's fine. We have Royer for 1 more year. Our line, both our left tackles are gone. They're seniors. Tinsley is our left guard. He's a senior. He's gone. Gerhardt, he's a senior. He's gone. Kandra, one of the best guards in the country. He's gone. And we have Buford. So next year, we only have Buford left. Our offense might not look great next year, but this is what Dynasty is. This is what the rebuild is, baby. This is what we're here for. Our D-line, at least on the edge, is not great. Only one above a 73. 73. and 76. Our best edge rusher is a 77. That's not great. That's also why we're hitting DTs, DEs very heavily as well. Corleone, love that we got him for another year. Hopefully he does not declare, because we are going to need him to shore up that interior defensive line to help out. Linebacker 74, not great. Our middle linebackers, not great. Our outside, not great. So we have some big gaps on the Cincinnati team. That's why we're hitting linebackers, defensive line, wide receivers, and offensive line, because it's what we're going to need. It's our big gaps to fill, and I'm trying to get ahead of it here. Corners, a little better. Only one senior. Everyone else, looking at Carroll, Arnold, Jordan Young, presumably still another year for all of them. Free safety, DJ Taylor and Logan Wilson will graduate. But we do have Kai Stokes ready to step on in. Strong safety here, Miller and Minkins will all be gone. It's going to be Willis's a place to float next year for 2 more years, actually, which means he'll be kind of mid-80s towards the end, which is great. Our kicker, not great. We do need to get one of those. And for some reason, this team has 3 punters, and they are brothers, which is hilarious to me. So our punters are set, but we need to get a kicker. 74 junior is not great. Great kick power. 93, but where's his kick accuracy? Oh, right here. Not good. Not good. So that's the squad we are rolling with. I do have sliders as well. If you want to see sliders, let me know. I will post them in the description or whatever. But we are going to continue here. We're going to simulate week 0 and go to the official first week of the season, as we're already knocked out of Bayless and Ellington. We actually didn't try for, which is fine. But we're already knocked out of Bayless, one of the halfbacks. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world at all. All right. FCS Southeast is where we start the year here. Top 25 to start the year. Pretty typical. Pretty typical. Conference standings. It doesn't pop up there because we haven't played a game yet. Georgia Tech played in week 0. They get a win, as does SMU. Florida State. Georgia Tech beats Florida State to open the season and open ACC play. Okay, Florida State. You stay down at the bottom. It's where you belong. Where you belong. You start 0-1 against Georgia Tech. All right. Let's go back in recruiting here before we get into our first game here. We're back up to 380 hours. We lost Ellington, don't care. We're locked out of Bayless, don't care. That's a halfback that I was only just trying to get for fun. Wisconsin already in the top 5. We are going to be in trouble here for Marciano. I don't think we'll be able to jump in the top 5. We might back out of Marciano as well. Just don't think we need to battle for a guy. Week 1, he's almost already in his top 5. Don't think we need to push for this guy. We can push for a quarterback next year. I'm going to bounce out of Marciano. Not worth our time. Halfback here. We're leading. Ohio State's kind of close to us, so we will add a little bit to here. We already know 2 of his 3. Which means we can probably figure out the 3rd one. So let's bump out of here. Let's get out of here. Let's bump all this up to 25 for people that I feel like I can. Wide receiver. We have some room to push there. We're not even in the top 8. We're probably going to lose this guy. Same thing here. Damn. Okay. So Abel, at the very least, we're going to push. We're going all in to see if we can stick in this one. Send the house on him. These other 2 receivers, I'm not really sure. We're about to be knocked out of the top 8. And if we don't do anything to jump into the top 8, this is going to be a problem. So maybe we'll stay off of this. Maybe we'll stay off of Handy for now. Again, we don't need to get into battles that are hypothetically unnecessary when we have a 3-star gem here in Mills where we can jump into, right? And in theory, it'll kind of be the same thing. We'll grab another receiver whenever we can. We need 4, but we're going to stick to these 2 just for now. Tight end tier. We probably don't need to do much with him. We're already so far ahead. We'll just let this one sit at 15. Not worry about him. 2 tackles. We need to push a little more on Brooks, the 5-star, the number 1 tackle in the country. We are going to push him. We were in his top already to start the year. So we're going to push him and see if we can keep up with Kentucky here. Callaway. We just jumped Northwestern with 15 hours in. But I'm going to bump this up to 25 and see if we can make some more gap here and see if anybody else is going to come after Denton Callaway. Guard, we need all 3. We need to chase Notre Dame here, which we might be able to. So, same situation. I'm just going to push. I might be able to keep 15 here, but I'm going to bump to 25 here. Gil Mock, this is the one that we're going to bump and go all in. See if we, it's only competing with Notre Dame as of right now. So we're going to see just how much Notre Dame wants this guy. Alvarado, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to bump this down to 20, or bump it up to 25. Still 230 hours left. I know we have the linebackers and all them still to do as well. I think we're going to be fine with Hillman. We'll see if Louisville comes at him. We're going to stick there. We're going to have to push with this guy. Again, if I push up to 50 and then I start jumping ahead by a lot, I will bring this back down to use those hours somewhere else. DT, oh man, we're going to have to, I don't know if we want to compete with all of these guys as well. Let's do this for now. Let's add 15 there. We'll add 15 there. All right, now we're in linebackers that I know we have to get some work on. Probably going to look at these. Oh. Probably want to push Waller here. Barely hit the top 8, and I'm number 2 still. So I am not super concerned about dumping into this guy right now. Was that Toledo? And this one's not even top 8 yet for Briscoe. So I'm okay with doing 25 here and sitting on the outside linebacker. Middle, we just need 1. We're just going after Mo. We're already number 2. We're just going to go 25 here. Corners. Oh, this might be another one where we might not be able to compete. It looks like Louisville really wants this guy, but we'll put in 25 just to see the difference here. Marshall, this 3-star free safety. I didn't even offer him yet, but we're going to. We're only down to 10 for this guy. But it's not moving. So, all right. Torre, haven't been able to grab yet. Points wise. Okay, so this is where we will stay here. So we kind of picked on some of the guys that we have to go all in with. Abel, Mills, Brooks, I really want this guy. Number 1 left tackle in the country. We want Shaq. Mock as well. So I know I'm not going to get all these 50s, but we will readjust and see. Like here is Notre Dame and Ohio State is going to go so far ahead of us that we have to pull out of Schultz. That's fine. So we'll make that adjustments kind of every single week as we go. And then the big thing too is once we're in top 5, how many bugs are we going to get? How many of the not able to visit bugs are we going to get? That is going to be the question. If none of you have dealt with that bug yet, you're lucky. For those that have, I understand your frustration. So that's our recruiting. That is our recruiting. Now we get to go into our first game. The Bearcats will open up their season by welcoming in an FCS team from the Southeast region. This is the way it's going to go. My talking is over for now. I'm going to simulate the game. I'm going to watch the whole thing. I will chop up the highlights so you guys get to watch all the cool, important stuff. And we'll go from there. So give me a little bit. We're about to start the game. Week 1, 0-0. Cincinnati starting out our dynasty with our very first game. Welcome to week 1, where the team from the FCS Southeast will enter the depths of Nippert Stadium to take on the Big 12's Cincinnati Bearcats. Here for the start of the 2024 season, looking to start strong. First drive here for FCS. And their quarterback, Wingate Wilson, will keep the option, go to the right side, find some space, and will find 29 yards to open up the game. A couple plays later here. Now 3rd and 5 for FCS. Wingate Wilson takes a snap, drops back, finds his man. Quick strike here across the middle for 12 yards and another FCS first down. Same drive. Wingate Wilson continues to run roughshot. The option again, this time for 9 yards and another first down as FCF is gaining all the confidence. The drive would stall out. 44-yard attempt here from FCS. It's good. I showed you a field goal for a reason. You'll see why later. Now it is Cincinnati's Brendan Sorsby, the redshirt sophomore. His time to go to work here. 3 plays in, a quick 3rd down for the Bearcats, but Sorsby finds his man, Evan Prater, for 36 yards, a bunch of space, makes one guy miss, and he is down inside the 35. A few plays later here, you'll see a lot of this man. Senior tailback Corey Kiner. 11 yards up the middle, makes a guy miss, and a Bearcat first down. The very next play, this time it's our other halfback. Evan Pryor takes the handoff around the left side, finds some room. Good block there. He is down to the 1-yard line after 23 yards. Very next play. That man again, Corey Kiner, will finish off the first drive of the year up the middle, untouched. 1-yard touchdown. And the Bearcats have their first touchdown of the 2024 season. The ensuing drive here for FCS. I believe it's Jeffrey here. Going to take the handoff. Nice run up the middle. 12 yards. Falls forward. Continues to push this Bearcat defensive front as the running game is doing well. 2 plays later. 3rd and long for FCS. And again, Wingate Wilson's going to find some space. Big run across midfield. And the Bearcats cannot stop the run game. A couple plays later, 3rd and long again. This time FCS. Wingate Wilson again, but it's not going to work this time. Mika Coleman is right there, picks up his first sack of the year, and gets the defense off the field. Now the next drive for Cincinnati, Corey Kiner, up the middle, up the gut, 11 yards, and the chains keep moving. Very next play, Brendan Sorsby will drop back. Kiner in motion, will find his man, Joe Royer, for 14 yards. 8 different receivers caught a pass today for the Bearcats. One of them, obviously, being Royer. Cincinnati will tack on a field goal. Another 3rd down here for FCS, and this time Wingate Wilson will meet another man, but it's Coleman and Corleone, and he is brought down. And another 3rd down sack for this Bearcats defense. After the punt, Brendan Sorsby will drop back. He will hit senior receiver Tyron Smith on the left side. Makes one guy miss, 27 yards. And the Bearcats are in business. 2nd and 4 now from FCS's 32-yard line. Brendan Sorsby again. This time it's Troy Johnson. Across the middle, 19 yards. And the red zone has been entered later in the drive. 1st and goal Not Kiner, but Pryor will get what he deserves. He'll take it in from 3 yards, also untouched. His first touchdown of the college football season. And the Bearcats go up 17-3. FCS Southeast here now trying to make something happen, as Wingate Wilson will not run this time, but he will find Brandon Benson, who gets around one guy, gets the first down, falls forward 16 yards, and the chains go. Another third down here. An off-balance throw, tries to find his man deep, but Arnold, nothing of it, knocks it away, and FCS will punt. Third and two here right after the 2-minute warning. State's trying to end the half with some points, and Sorsby will find Tyron Smith, who gets behind his defender, wide open. Longest touchdown of the day, 50-yard strike, and Cincy goes up 24-3. Just before half here, FCS trying to make some noise. Wilson, again, will keep it, find some room on the right side, and finds 26 yards as he continues to dice up this running game. Unfortunately, Wingate Wilson tries to do it again, tries to run around the right side. Ooh, but there's Cameron Wilson, flattens him for his first sack. Same drive, 3rd and 7 now for FCS. Tries to go deep. It is going to get deflected, but it's going to be picked off out of the air by Mekhi Wilson, who takes it back 22 yards to the 30-yard line and ends another FCS threat. 24-3. Cincinnati at the half, as this ball is going to get tipped up, picked out of the air. Beautiful interception. Second half action now as Cincy's facing a third down, but Sorsby's going to find another one of his 8 receivers on the day, Joey Beljean for 11 yards, and another Cincy first down. A minute later, Kiner again. More holes on that left side. 15 easy yards down to the 23-yard line of FCS. Very next play, again, same side, different guy. This time it's Pryor. Down the sideline, this time knocked out at the 4. And here we go again. 1st and goal, just give it to that man. Corey Kiner meets the defender at the goal line, jumps in the air, but the referee says the ball crossed the plane of the goal line. Kiner with his 2nd touchdown of the year, and Cincinnati starting to run away with it, 31-3. After the kickoff here, Wingate Wilson continues to do what he does best, finds some room, is able to go, finds some room, boom, but runs in to freshman Simeon Coleman, who knocks the ball loose. Jared Bartlett picks it up, and the second turnover of the day for FCS ends another threat here. You see Wingate Wilson find some room, didn't see that man coming as the freshman knocks the ball loose. After another Cincinnati field goal, they get the ball back quickly. Draw play to Kiner on 2nd and 10, easy 11 yards. Across midfield, and another first down. Very next play, quick strike to the right side. Isaiah Mack, his only catch of the game, the senior, but it will be for 14 yards and contributes a first down. Sorsby again continues to fling it. He will find Tony Johnson near the sideline, completes it. Perfect on the sidelines there. Another first down. Tony Johnson would end the day with 6 catches for 60 yards. 3rd and goal now from the 2. Let's find that man again. Tony Johnson, 2-yard touchdown, and Cincy up 41-3. As a six catches, 60 yards, and that score for Tony Johnson. A quick 3 now from FCS, and Sorsby is still throwing. This time another receiver, Aaron Turner, across the middle, across the yellow, first down. 1 of 3 catches on the day for Aaron Turner. Very next play, Sorsby back. Another defensive breakdown as Evan Prater is wide open in stride. This time 46-yard out. Prater led the team with 106 yards and a big chunk of that coming right there, and it's 48-3. First play of the 4th quarter, FCS still doing what they can. Wingate Wilson finds his man across the middle, 20 yards, and into Cincinnati territory. Wingate Wilson again, they just keep slinging it across the middle, finds another man. Great catch, 15 yards, and just shy of the red zone. Now 1st and 10, Wingate Wilson trying to make something happen. You see here, throws a little bit off balance, but it is jumped in front of by Jordan Young and picked off, and the FCS woes continue. The 3rd turnover of the day for FCS. As you see Jordan Young here, little off balance, but steps right in front of it, little underthrown. and it's picked off. Cincinnati not letting up here. Hands it off to Kiner again. Another 8 yards and another first down. And Scoresby, for some reason, is still in this game up 48-3, but he's still throwing the ball. Finds Evan Prater, makes the guy miss, down to the 23-yard line. Another 11 yards. Second goal now from the 3. How about a third touchdown here from Corey Kiner? And he's in again. Corey Kiner would finish the game with 38 carries for 165 yards and 3 scores as Cincinnati does what they are supposed to do and handles business in the home opener 55-3 over FCS Southeast. The Bearcats do what they are supposed to do in week 1 against an FCS school. 55-3 is the final. We can't see the specific stats after the game for the other team because they are an FCS school, but for us here, 584 yards of total offense, 35 first downs, 44 of 230 on the ground. It says 0 of 37 for completion. That's 27 of 37. 354, 3 scores through the air. 12 of 13 through third down. An FCS school that couldn't stop our offense. That's to be expected. It says interception 0 is actually 2. We do get 2 picks. And time possession is a lot. So like I said, Scoresby, 27 of 37 for 354 and 3 scores. Kiner, kind of ran the whole game. 38 of 165. Didn't have a crazy game. Only 4 yards of carry, but we will take it. Pryor came in and got 5 of 60 as well. And vultured 1 of the touchdowns. Prater and Smith both crossed 100 yards and scored. Johnson probably would have crossed 100 yards, but he did get 3 drops in that game, so that's not ideal for him. 11 tackles for Mekhi Miller and Ken Willis. Mekhi Miller also gets a pick, as does Jordan Young. And both Mika Coleman and Dante Corleone each get a sack and a half. Bartlett and Wilson each get 1 full sack themselves. A pretty simple game. A game that went exactly how it should have gone. 55-3 for Cincinnati. I'm curious. Should I advance the week? Then, yeah, okay. So recruiting's already done. So we're gonna advance the week, then look back on last week. Then that's where the episode will stop. So we already have the recruiting. I will do my coach stuff next week. So let's advance the week here as we end this episode. Let's check out. So there's the weekly advance summary. We're out of handy, which we kind of knew. All right, we got Pitt next in a rivalry, but let's go see scores and schedules. Week 1. First, we'll go to top 25. Then we will go to our conference. USC beats LSU. Florida State gets by Boston College. NC State beats FCS East. Kansas puts up 63 against the West. Utah puts up 52 against the same. Oklahoma edges Temple at home by a field goal. Ole Miss takes out an FCS school, as does Iowa. Michigan starts 1-0. Oklahoma State. Tennessee. Ohio State beats Akron. Georgia sneaks by Clemson in a week 1 rivalry matchup as the Bulldogs beat the Clemson Tigers by a field goal. I believe this is a neutral field, or it should be in Atlanta. Missouri ekes by FCS Midwest. Wow. Oregon craps all over the Northwest school. Texas beats Colorado State. Louisville. Miami goes into the swamp and beats Florida in a week 1. UW does what they do against Northwest. Alabama beats Western Kentucky by 2 scores to start out the Kalen DeBoer era. Notre Dame into College Station wins by 2 touchdowns. West Virginia pulls an upset in week 1 as Penn State goes in and loses to the Mountaineers. And Arizona beats New Mexico by 8. Going into our conference now. We already saw the ranked teams. UCF gets a win. Stanford beats TCU. Texas Tech beats the West. Baylor beats Midwest by only a touchdown. Houston beats UNLV by 2 scores. Of course, we know Cincinnati. Iowa State does what they're supposed to do. BYU only wins by 4 against an FCS school. Colorado, same thing, only wins by 5. And Kansas State loses to FCS Southeast in the Big 12 for their opening game of the season. Good Lord. Arizona State loses to Wyoming. So 2 decent-sized losses. I don't think we're shocked by Arizona State. They're not that good of a team. But Kansas State, what a loss to start the year for them. Guys, I appreciate you. That's going to be it for the first game episode, episode 2 here. Hope you enjoyed the game. Hope you enjoyed the way I do the highlights and the way that I do this Dynasty. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about it. Things you want to see differently, things you want to see done or stop being done. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. We'll be back for the next episode, week 2, where it's rivalry week, and we will welcome the Pitt Panthers to Nippert Stadium.